Alright, this video is probably going to be really long, and I didn't want it to be, but there's a lot to do to set up this weapon scene. So I figured I'd capture it and share that with the team so that we can all grow together. So the first thing is creating this scene. Just copy and pasting it is an easy way to do that. So copying from Playground 2 and then just giving it a better name is the first step. Alright, so the weapon customization view is going to be primarily right here in this spot. We want to move the camera to this spot, pull the drawer out, and then shove a model in there that represents the ship being customized. So we're going to need to pull that desk out, and there's a way to do it, and I think we can do it with control rig. There might be another way, like we could bake an animation from the outside and bring it in, but we'll try to learn how to use control rig here. This next part is working in control rig. You can easily copy the structure over. I forgot exactly how it works, so I went to my own video and just relearned it real quick. And there's some copy and pasting I did from the goose, but basically from that video. It worked, so I'm just gonna use it. So you create these arrays, and then you just drag it over. But then there's an inversion, so you forward solve and backward solve. Again, still don't really understand exactly why that's needed. To me, it seems like something that could be automatic, but I guess it's a control issue where, as an animator, maybe you want different logic when it's going the other way. But at any rate, it's the same exact logic. We're just inverting it, and I got that from some tutorial somewhere. So yeah, that's our setup. We bring it into the scene, this control rig, and then we just need to match the material and the old position, and it's ready to go at that point for the sequencer. This drawer is the one where we want the weapons customization to live. So we can kind of imagine the camera angle. Maybe it's top down, maybe it's a bit of an angle. Either way, we're going to rebuild that orange box right there, the weapon positioning. So that interface is what we're going for. I do want it to be 3D. We could do it 2D, but the 3D thing, I mean, we're kind of going full desk immersion here. So that's what we're going for. So we're going to start with this view. We're going to take a screenshot of it, and then from here draw it out, actually just really crudely in paint, and then just as we imagine it, get it built out. There's a number of problems I've run into in different tactics games, and one of them is just missing information. Like, I need to know what I'm doing when I build a party, and it's hard to tell sometimes when you're looking at just a menu with a description. And so really wanting to visualize as much as possible for both immersion and just informative reasons. And then my obsession with cards is going to drive a lot of the interactions. So here we have the white little circles. There is a hover zone that we can interact with, and then this little map box here shows what the weapon is doing in terms of range, and then it also tells you what your other party members can do as well, like kind of in a different color. So we have a few problems to solve here that we're trying to cram in, and I think little by little we can get there. All right, so once we had that Crude design in place, I spent a lot of time yesterday just struggling through the camera placement. I'm going through 2000% speed right now to just skip that burden. But effectively, yeah, just really struggled with it at a hard time. Eventually did get it, and then still today had to mess with it a little bit more once fixing some card hand bugs caused us to need to do it again. So there's that. And so finally yesterday's session was uh, sealed up with this. We're creating a new game mode finally. So we've been using the same one for a while now, but I think I understand why we would want to do this. Right now, we need to create this test scene, and we don't want the HUD to appear because we just want to focus on the exact issue that we're setting the scene up for. And by using the other game mode, it's initializing all this state that is just getting in the way. Like we don't want the HUD to appear and be clickable and make it look like there's something else to do. So creating another game mode will allow us to change the initialization for this scene. So that's what we're going to do. Then we can come down here and modify it. So instead of BPGM home, it can be BP weapons playtest or whatever that is. Then we can also change the player pawn to be nothing. So it stops trying to respond to all the interactions that are available